I just did a TikTok and my freaking voice in the first, like, few seconds of it sounded like I was being, like I was stuffed up. Like I was super nasally. I don't know why. Hero, listen to me. Our duty now is to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince them at Silk and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No. We must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expunge are preserved. What remains in our memory alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk once more. I will see you to the doors of Propylaeon. I love this armor set. The manganese. Probably make a glamour out of this. Do something with it. I previewed it as dyed red and it looked really good. Here am I. Oop. Oh, my, hang on. YouTube is playing in the background. Gotta get rid of that. I think I have a song from Frozen stuck in my head. I think. Hang on, I forgot to post these as socials. Damn it. Damn it. My hand itches. Okay. Burp. 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 Oh, gotta go live. Share. Twitter. Boop. Sure. I'm gonna go back to this. Where's the edit button? Edit. I wanna edit. Can I? Hello? Am I dumb? No, don't delete tweet. Share, retweet. Am I stupid? Am I stupid right now? Guys, I think I'm dumb. Yeah, no, I think I'm stupid. Here, let me try this. There we go. Nope. I wanted to put hashtags. Sorry. Is there not a... It was YouTube Gaming. Oh, okay. Start using that as the hashtag. YouTube Gaming. It's a big thing now. YouTube coming up in the world. doing that gaming scene, you know what I mean? There we go. Okay, now we're good. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking to Vana, several cutscenes will play in a sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself so that the friggin' cutscenes can go. So, enjoy. Speak with Vana, peace.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither, and will take you home. May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. Were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind, who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation. Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteion at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair, we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise. Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandana.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer Hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. and covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, Or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy, even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
Holy shit. I love that song. That was intense. Okay, where the fuck am I? I need to go back to old Charlian. Report back to Cryle. Okay. We're home. Back home on the source. Sorry, that was intense. Fuck. Oh, I'm using a high quality manganese. Is that? Yeah. Find a Grimheart. Damn. Kryla and Tataru. Oh. Man, I wasn't breathing very much for that. Like, I was like holding my breath because I was just like, whoa, intense. So good. God, this expansion's so great. Hero, impeccable timing as always. I've heard you were off in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you're away, we've had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is for you to be back. Carrying our song. Did I get a... Elpiferos? Vritra's Valiant. Lightning Way? Ooh. Oh, Lighting Way. Lighting Way. That's still pretty cool. I thought it said Lightning Way. I was like, ooh, that's pretty dope. Tanks didn't get another thing, right? We didn't get another mount. Okay, just making sure. As the heavens burn, though you and Kryle both have news to share, hers is perhaps more urgent. So, have you learned aught more of the final days? Oh yeah. Then the journey is well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time in the first, events here have taken a turn for the worse. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, but it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain where and why of it, Alice and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers there to offer aid and succor to those in need. But the province is vast. They only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating, still, but drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Y'shtola and Master Matoya have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Hydaelyn in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Tataru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon. An ambitious project has likely been years, and if not decades, in the making. However, since we've no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. Why don't they just utilize the Tower of Babel that's already there? Probably because that means taking a bunch of people to Garlemald. That's fair, but like something like that already exists. You know what I mean? As you will recall, the proposal issued by Master Fortuno to the people of Radzat Han. Following their discussion, Vritra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wish to evacuate to accept the forum's invitation. So far so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the forum caught wind of a lunar teleporter in the Tower of Babel, there you go, and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, a secure, safe passage for Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alice, Estinian, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not too long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then, panic broke out and our communications were severed. From what fragments we were able to make out before the link shell went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomenon has spread to the capital. The others need you, hero. Please, you must help them. Hell yeah. God, this armor is so sick. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was the first port to call, so you better start there. Hopefully, Lucia will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you had best take every possible precaution. Okay. Actually, before I go there, I'm gonna go look at something. Just like real quick. It's for science. Because a lot of the pieces of this armor, from manganese armor, say something about the weapon throw. Mention the Behemoth King. So I wonder. No. 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 Heavensward? Armor of the Behemoth King. Okay. So, this is the armor of the Behemoth King. It's the same. Okay, so it is the same. So, manganese armor is just the Behemoth King armor. I still think this one, the manganese, is technically better. And I'll tell you why. Because this one has like red and brown accents, and this has like the purple and black accents. no gunblade. Matchlock Great Club here. Okay. Sorry. Like, Alright, to Camp Broken Glass, where all hell is breaking loose. Ow. Oh yeah. Everything's gone to whole shit. Hero, not a moment too soon. The skies over Garlemald are ablaze, but it's the events on the ground that concern me. As you have heard, your fellow scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greetings short after we received word from our troops on the Manga Glacius. Airships had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure that the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss that later. I trust you are ready to depart. Several cutscenes, yada yada yada. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be in save points. Yep. Pog. Earlier on the Manga Glacius, or Magna Glacius. I guess it's new ones.
No. 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 We were promised an escape. Not the same you fled.
I shall not meet my final days here in this blasted waste. Calm yourselves. Your panic is our greatest enemy. Come, we must build a line of defense.
How?
Leave the fighting to us, Father. You must lead the people to safety.
I can handle this pair. You?
Shall tend to the refugees. Let us be about it.
As you wish, my little lord.
Oh shit! Oh, I get to play Alpha now? Yo, let's go!
I'll command the beast's attention. See to the wounded.
Okay. Diagnosis, prognosis.
Help is at hand.
Okay, so prognosis is an area. Level your diagnosis is a shield. This ought to may heal the wounded. Oh, come on.
Those who can stand, come with me!
Easy now. Deep breaths. You're safe now.
Worry not for the refugees, but for yourself.
Oh, hi, very big person. Damn, what is this? Restore target's HP. I should have, like, looked at the... Okay. Oh, I did the area of effect. No, I did the shield. That was cool. That was dope.
Help! Someone, please!
What?
Oh, the fucking beholder.
Let not a single fiend escape! Wait, that's... Euless and the army. So, you've recovered then?
In time enough to be of aid, for once.
Oof.
We can speak of it more later. For now, we must fight!
To repay your salvation in kind, or with better! For Garlemald has her pride!
Of that I've no doubt.
Good gods. Of all possible saviors, the Imperial Army.
Crazy, ain't it?
Oh!
Alice.
I had hoped to take all of them down at once.
Think a withdrawal might be in order?
Oh, sod that. You know who would never abandon these people to their fate. To be devoured by their former friends. That'd be beyond cruel. These beasts must fall here and now.
Well then, I'd say it's high time we threw caution to the winds.
So long as you spare me the heroic sacrifices. Now, let's go!
Cool, you get to play as Alice. Hold up. I need to know what I'm doing. Embolden, Vercure, Crimson Savior. Scorch combo. Or Flare combo. Okay. Know what I'm doing. Let's go. Save me. Okay.
I'm fine.
Ow.
worry about it.
Whoops.
The air crackles with energy. Find cover!
As they say, turnabout's fair play. On guard.
Whew, I had no idea what I was doing. Thankfully, they kind of make it dummy-proof.
There's not the barest trace of ether. Maybe there really is no way to bring them back. Thank you for saving our lives once again. I remember you, from Purusha. You helped us there too, didn't you?
Ah, you're from Palaka's stand. I'm glad you're still in one piece. Or you will be, once I see to that injury of yours.
Look out!
Where? Oh. Ah, the trailer. Into me. Nope. Graha.
Get out of here! Quickly! I won't lose them. Not a one. This will be a brighter future. I won't let a madman's apocalypse ruin everything we've fought to achieve!
Hell yeah.
Get it together, Alize. You're embarrassing yourself. And in front of father, no less. You might never measure up to our champion. But we ask too much of him as it is. You mustn't let our sword in the darkness fight alone.
Speaking of, the king has returned.
I can look after myself, you know.
Everything's in order, I trust?
I've had enough of this rabble! Come on!
Hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, a trio for the ages.
tanky duty. Oh, hey. They shut off my... Nah, I'm gonna go ape shit. Woo! Oh shit!
I had a feeling I'd fight you. This should be the last of the worst troublemakers. Quickly!
Oh, yeah. I really wish I had double down. Oh, that was kick ass. Fucking love Gunbreaker.
You must board without delay. The ship will depart ere long.
Your offer to host us in Charlian is most appreciated. But will the final days not soon fall upon it as well?
Your hesitation is not unwarranted. The satrap entrusted me with your lives, yet I have failed your comrades.
Shit happens.
Nor are you wrong to fear that this corruption will continue to spread.
I cannot promise you complete safety, even in my homeland. What I can promise is that I will do all in my power to protect you. That power is not inconsiderable. Even now, my countrymen are preparing the vessel that will deliver us to a sanctuary on the moon. Join us on our journey there, and beyond, to new horizons. Come to old Charlian. Please.
We would be fools to refuse such a generous offer made in earnest.
I thought they just said that they were using the Garlean portal, Tower of Babel. Did I misread that? I thought that's what they just said.
It seems they've a new destination.
The people of Radzat-Han have known too much suffering. The march to Garlemald will only bring them more, short though it may be.
I quite agree. Fortunately, they have you to look after them.
Yes. Well.
Behind you! Just there!
Keep running, pal. Keep running. Somebody sniped the thing.
More of them.
Xenos?
Xenos! Here!
You'll be all right. Hurry to the airship.
Why have you come?
A heretofore unseen beast. 'Twas ripe for the slaying. Poor sport, alas. Unfit to temper my blade.
Oh, for the love of... You cannot still be on about a rematch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excuse me.
That is and has ever been my sole concern. You, on the other hand, are fixated on a different quarry.
Yes, I'm fucking busy.
Your passion pales before mine. Yet neither hate nor despair seems sufficient to recapture your misdirected bloodlust.
Because that's not how I work.
So, I hone my blade, and I wait.
Yeah, maybe hone your blade on some of those fucking monsters.
That's it. That's all you care about.
Yeah, that's, yeah, mm-hmm.
Garlemald is in ruins. Our homeland, the nation you rule, is as good as gone. Along with so many of its people. Not just soldiers like us. Not only those who fought and killed for power and duty. Innocent civilians. Murdered by their own flesh and blood. Lost and confused as they breathed their last.
while we who survived with our lives and minds intact were left to freeze to death. The Eorzeans tell me all this was your doing! You slaughtered your countrymen! You did! For what?
For nothing, in the end. So much wasted effort.
You bastard!
For your own sake, Eulus, you must control your anger. It will serve no one should it consume you and see you transformed.
Would you be happier had I a good reason?
I like how it's just put in quotes.
If my motives met with your approval, would you no longer resent the outcome? If so, then perhaps a beast's skin would suit you better. Duty, honor, morality. All constructs of convenience when put to proof. Surely the war taught you how easily power becomes the tool of the self-righteous. How the people's justice was merely a means to their ends. Yet you would ask me why. Ask any creature of this star and those above for answers, and they will tell you what suits their fancy. And they would be right to do so. What meaning there is to be found in the petty vicissitudes of your existence must be gleaned by you, and you alone. Should you seek it in battle in the fruitless pursuit of my demise, then come. Assume your rightful place as a notch on my blade.
You are a blight on the Garlean race, and there would be no more satisfying way to expunge it than by beating you to death. But I will not be party to another tragedy. I refuse to lose anyone else because of you. So go. Go! And may we never suffer your madness again!
Xenos! Perhaps you found meaning in living this way. I cannot deny you found strength. Yet if you only pursue your hedonistic pleasures and pay no heed to the plight of others, then no one will give you the time of day. You will never get what you want, not even the battle you pine for so dearly. You'll be alone for an eternity, and you'll deserve every agonizing second of it.
Hell yeah.
We're ready to depart. The refugee ships will be leaving shortly, but I've asked mine to remain for the time being. There's room enough for you to join me on it, if you wish. do contain your surprise. I needn't agree with the Scion's methods or intentions to acknowledge that their deeds are deserving of gratitude.
We appreciate the offer. But might I ask why you are delaying your departure? I presume it is not solely for our benefit.
I must visit Garlemald ere we return to Sharlayan. Having caused such an uproar, it is only meet that I explain myself to the Ilzabard contingent.
Allow us to accompany you then. We should be glad to facilitate, given our familiarity with all concerned. If you would like to join as well, Eulus, we can speak of recent events on the way.
He'll be after your seat on the forum next.
The look on his face. Oh man, this game is so good. I love it. Yay, we made it. All the monsters are gone, but the sky is still on fire. It's great. To see Xeno standing there so uncaring and unrepentant. Gods, I don't know what came over me. I just blurted out the first thing that came to mind, but looking back on it, I stand by those words. I would say I hope that I hope they holy shit, words. I would say I hope they won't incite him to further villainy. But to be honest, I doubt he even remembers what I said. Anyway, enough about all that. It's good to see you again. Believe this is the Krondite Magitech Sawback. I got a coat of fending? Whoa! When did I get this? Did I get this from the fight where Hermes was the final boss? Okay. Okay, like, I mean... Oh, I can't play glamour plates. God, I look like a fucking dweeb, though. Hang on. Cast glamour. Nope. There we go.
No major injuries then. Good. I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Forchano Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another trial wrought by the final days. I was beginning to suspect as much. You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
I really don't like this new gunblade. Not a fan.
A moment, Master Fortuno. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
Remains to be seen.
I swear.
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks.
Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait.
I went time traveling, no big deal. Got to re-experience Amarada for the second time.
Did you hear something just now?
The fuck? You have got to be kidding me.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
What the fuck, Pudding Way?
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort. 'Tis heartening to see such an assembly upon my return. I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed. So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Aetheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still. And it's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvellous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
Hey! Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Hydaelyn's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Oriange made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Hydaelyn's right paw. That last bit is very important. As am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I, bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Sharlayan, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart. No esteemed philosopher of eld. Nevertheless, 'tis my hope that what little knowledge I shared shall serve them well, and perchance help save us all. Wilt thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
If that's all quite settled, Can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
I dare say Master Fortuno was as nonplussed as we to learn the identity of Heideland's lunar custodians. As he will soon discover, they have much and more to offer the Forum. Might I suggest we return to the Annex forthwith? We may yet have time to discuss thy recent adventures ere we are summoned to the rostra. Listen, I just need the ether current, so if you could... Oh, it's my sightseeing log. I thought it was an ether current. That's dope. Huh. It's not a chainsaw. I'm a little peeved by that. Not that I'm complaining, Urianger, but I wasn't expecting to see you quite so soon. Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loporrits a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Krell tells us you had to obtain new knowledge that may... You have obtained new knowledge that may aid us in our ongoing efforts. I have news to share regarding our study on the Etherical Sea. But your findings are certainly going to be of greater interest, so I would rather hear them first. What revelations did Heideland's Elpis flower lead? Ah, so many. Then this dynamis is what drives the final days? If it and Akasha are one and the same, this all but proves Nidhana's theory. Were an entity, through sheer force of emotion, to channel this vast, dormant reservoir of raging into a raging river, its power might surpass even that of ether. But if our star is to replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence, to effectively manipulate the dynamists of the Great Expanse. Medion, or rather, the sorrow and suffering of fallen civilizations that she has been hoarding for millennia. Untold anguish and fear and hatred drawn from every corner of the universe, all for a single purpose: the destruction of Aetheris. Then our foe is no longer some unknowable calamity. We have but one aim: to defeat Medion. You make it sound so simple, but you're wrong. Vanquish Medion and we deliver the world from the final days. But to even attempt it, there are two conditions. First, we must determine her location. Before Medion escaped, an enchantment was placed on her by Vana, the woman who would become Hydaelyn. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Hydaelyn and the Vana you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager Hydaelyn possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. Do you suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Medion? That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit of her will or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she has been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. So what's the second condition? We must find a means to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon whoever she has made her nest, or wheresoever she has made her nest. Then communing with Hydaelyn must by necessity come first. Did you and Master Montoya have any luck with the investigation onto Ethereal Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Ironvald and other Echo-blessed allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Hydaelyn, even from within the anti-tower. Master Montoya is of the opinion that the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hydaelyn. If so, it would be most likely in the form of apparatus, some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea built closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we've received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. And Father was able to persuade them. They're finally taking us seriously. Let's hear what they have to say. Ah, very large man. Ooh, I like this glamour. Did a good job with that. Very nice. That's cool. I like that, the red coat. Rostra Steward. The Forum is in session, and as such, the Rostra is closed to visitors. Actually, we have an appointment. Scions of the Seventh Dawn? Very well, you may wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse, and the highest, the implements of war, are expressly forbidden. Yeah. Here. Left it at the door. Actually, I probably could have gone in that first. Well, no, they said wait in the hallway. I'm sorry. This is where I want to wait. That a... What is that? Is that a scythe? Oh, the story's about to get crazy for you? It's already been crazy, Allie. It's about to get cray. I time traveled, okay? They took my body.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
That's all this expansion has been. This expansion has just been fucking nuts. It's just been crazy. It's amazing, though. This is so fucking good.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter.
Does anybody else notice the flaccid penises on the back of their chairs? Can't unsee it.
On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us, and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on two conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration. I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms?
Seeing a lot of hands.
71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with Heidelin and reaching Medion. Oh. Wants to use it as a way to get to her. In the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the arc as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. Ugh. I like heartburn. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the ether burner. I'd like to think it is not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. It might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you to make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Oh, sightseeing. What is it? Look around? Slash look around? Slash lookout. There it is. Couldn't remember the frickin' command. Oh, I didn't attune to that. Fuck. It's freaking 11:30. I need to go to bed. I have to work tonight. But I've only got to work for like a couple of days and then I'm off for 6 weeks. Oh, man. I'm gonna be out for 6 weeks. Six weeks baby time? Yeah. 6 weeks baby time. You know what I'm still trying to wrap my head around? I'm gonna be a father. In a matter of like 3 days. Like 3 or 4 days, I'm gonna be a dad. Like the amount of... Why couldn't I teleport here? confusion. That's dumb. Whatever. Oh, I just can't get it through the Ethernet. Yeah, Life MSQ is gonna get crazy for you too. Yeah. I'm hoping to have this done, to have the MSQ done before baby gets here. I want to try and get this done before baby gets here. Because I don't want to, like, I obviously I want to keep playing even with baby here. Like, if baby lays down, come in here, play for a little bit, then go back to being hanging out with baby. But like, I just don't want to still be in catch-up mode, because a lot of everybody else, you know, all of my other friends have made it to the end, level 90, done with the MSQ. I think my roommate just got his Dragoon level 90 artifact armor. So that's great, but yeah, I think I'm gonna be done streaming for today. I got a video I'm gonna post that's just about how Final Fantasy won the awards they won yesterday, and just, you know, my reaction to that. And then I don't know, I'll probably do another TikTok of just about like the baby. I'm gonna try to we've got most of the stuff packed for delivery day, but I'm gonna try and do a VOD of like us getting to the us being at the hospital and stuff, and just how everything's going. I'm obviously not gonna like fucking record the baby being born, but I kind of want to just like use my phone to just record some little bits and just how we're doing, and then I'll get to introduce everybody to the baby. So yeah, God, I'm still trying to wrap my stomach is so fluttery because I'm excited, but I'm nervous, you know? But it's crazy. I thought I had another month, but no, it's gonna be here in a couple days. Right now we're scheduled for a Monday delivery date, like 7:30 in the morning. She's gonna get induced. Theoretically, like, the longest she'll go is until Tuesday, but I mean, if she doesn't deliver by Tuesday, then they said they're gonna like C-section or whatever, because they're not gonna let her go 24 hours or something like that. But yeah, Monday and being induced and having a baby. They said they might move it to Sunday if they can get the doctor that we want to deliver the baby to agree to come in and deliver the baby. Then we'll get moved back to Sunday, but for right now it's Monday. It's crazy. So crazy. They weren't kidding when they said life comes at you fast. Alright, guys. That's it for me today. Sub to the channel. Leave a comment. Like the stream. Tell your friends. We'll have baby time on stream whenever she gets here. And make sure that get some nice camera time with her and everything. show her off to the whole world. She's gonna be a treat. But thanks for coming, and love you guys. See you later.